So I wanted to make a little different video compared to what I've done before, where it was just me uploading my games from my POV in the game. Sometimes it's just a replay because I forgot to record, but this was my Masters rank up game, and I kind of wanted to just explain everything that I was thinking during the time. This was from about a while, it was a while ago, so I haven't watched it in a little bit, but I'll just try to explain everything that I'm thinking that I can remember at the time, every decision I was making. So first thing I already think about when I'm in champ select is, do we win the lane level 1? If do we get control of the lane throughout laning phase? It kind of dictates if I want to start a ward or if I want to start a sweeper. If I can win the lane and pressure them, I want to start a sweeper, so when they ward the bushes I can just clear it out and they still get pressured because the ward doesn't really do anything because I already killed it. And on Leona, you don't have to start a sweeper if you don't want to, because you can auto reset the ward and it will die. So Caitlyn Leona versus Ziggs Pike, we should be able to win early. Ziggs is not as strong. He needs some items first. And if you probably noticed that I play mute all. I didn't really want to. I'm kind of a player where I understand a lot of things that's happening around the map, and my map awareness is really good. So I don't really want distracting pings. I don't want anyone pinging me or anything like that. So I play mute all. I don't recommend it. I start sweeper. I don't really want to go up and hit it because I don't want to take damage. Look, that Ziggs bombs might have been able to hit me. So that's why I swept it from the back and let my Caitlyn hit it. So now I have control of this bush. I'm scared of the Ziggs killing me. That's why I'm standing a little far back, so I have more time to react. And we see Wukong is starting our blue buff. So what's likely going to happen is... Okay, Pike walked in. It's pretty bad. Yeah, I can just kill him. If he hooks me here, it's fine. Look, I can just stun the Ziggs. And it should be good. Ziggs doesn't have as much damage as Caitlyn, obviously. He has auto attacks, but like I was saying, what's going to happen since his Wukong started on the bot side is it's going to be a split map. So Talon is going to do his blue buff, and Talon's going to do his own red buff. And then Wukong's going to do our Talon's blue buff, and he's going to possibly go back to his own red buff, or gank us. So when you were split map like this, for us, you don't want to take trades. You want to play as safe as possible because you can get dived. It's not really likely going to happen in this elo, especially with Ziggs. It's a lot harder. Right now we're scared of Wukong, so I didn't see him. I don't know where he is. He could be ganking us or he's on the wolves. Okay. Also, I didn't put a point into my next ability at level 2 because I wasn't sure if Pike was going to hook me then. If Pike was going to hook me, then I was going to go W. If you... Okay, we see him going back, so he's likely going to go back to his own side. And we let the wave just come to us, since we don't want to just keep pushing it and then we can get ganked. We're vulnerable to a gank. So we just let it push into us. We'll miss a couple of minions, but that's okay. We kind of lose our pressure here at the lane. Caitlyn really just wants to hit the turret as much as she can and poke you down. But since their jungler did something like the split map, it kind of screws up what we wanted to do. I can stand in the open here. Okay, I was gonna say I can stand in the open here because I can bait the Pike to hook me in and it'll be totally fine. But then my Caitlyn ended up getting hit, which obviously is not ideal. But now since Pike used his hook, I can just walk up. I know he doesn't have it, so I can take control of that bush temporarily. Now I'm back up because his hook is back up. And I'm kind of playing far back because I don't know where Wukong is. And we know that, like I said, it's split map, so we could get ganked very easily. And that's why I'm pinging right here. And our wave is pushing into them, so this would be the time that we would get ganked. And here it is. I can't really help the Caitlyn too much. I'm just gonna run for myself. I think he's probably dead here. Yep. It's kind of a shitty situation. We have to push the wave in, or else we're just gonna lose minions. And that's the time that Wukong will gank us. I was pinging the Wukong is probably gonna do the crab. Talon did the top crab. I mean, at this point, I would probably just... I could recall for a Ruby Crystal. It looks like I will just sit in this bush. Honestly, should have pinged that. That's my bad. I thought I mean, he could have recalled, or he could roam. I'm not sure, but I should have pinged it. But the Zig shouldn't know I'm in here. He should probably assume that I'm recalling, but I don't think we would be able to kill him. We'd probably just be able to choke him out. Caitlyn put the trap down a little slow. Got another stun, maybe. Caitlyn put the traps down slow both times. If she got at least one trap, we would have had him. Another trick you can do on Lana, I'm not sure if I did it there or not, but you can, if you're gonna go on them, like I did, if I E on them, you can Q auto. Your Q is an auto reset. So in case you need that extra little damage, which we might have had there, then it would have made a difference. So if you have the time, you can Q auto, but I wouldn't recommend doing it in the late game because that one auto isn't really going to make much of a difference. It's more of like an early game thing. So that kind of sucks when you get that kill there. I can just go in here. I'm not really scared if Pyke hooks me. Let me just replay that a little bit. So I saw Pyke clearing that ward, and then I can go in, and if Pyke hooks me, it's fine. It's just Ziggs. I want to take a lot of damage, and I have my W up, so I'm pretty tanky. Leona is pretty good into Pyke because you're very tanky, and it's difficult for him to kind of just kill you. Pyke is really good against enchanters and stuff, and he plays very aggressive. So I went in because he kind of just stepped up, and then, like I said, I know if Pyke is behind him, it's fine if I get hooked, and then we get a good chunk out of the Ziggs right there. And the Ziggs just teleported back, so he's going to be kind of in a shitty condition for a little bit. So now that Ziggs is low, I can just walk in. I did an auto reset right there. Not really much of it going to happen here. Pyke doesn't want to use his abilities because then we're just autoing each other. He doesn't want to use his abilities because then he won't, like, Caitlyn can just walk up for free. You got to think of it like this. If you use your ability, then you lose all pressure. Like, he just used it right there. I don't know, wasn't really doing anything in the bush. But then, like, if the Pyke used the ability, like, let me go back and explain a little more. Like, if he used his Q here and he missed, then I can just sit in this front bush for the entirety of this time, and he would just lose all pressure. But he didn't use it there. He used it here. Didn't really make much of a difference. I think I should have W'd myself. Probably pay attention, and I can W myself to negate a little bit of damage from the hook and that bomb. The Ziggs Q, I mean. So Ziggs is low, so it's kind of really a bad spot for him, like from that chunk earlier. So he can't walk up this entire time. We can push in the wave, and I'm kind of low, so I can hit a recall here. We have the wave pushed in. I'm thinking right now, should I be wary of Wukong? I'm not sure. I didn't see him on the map currently, so maybe I wasn't scared of him because I'd probably be a little scared of Wukong at the moment, but maybe I saw him before. Game looks pretty bad. Yeah, so I think I was streaming to my Discord at the time or something like that, so I might have been typing to them, but I was kind of thinking it's 4-1, it's probably a little rough, but you should always path towards mid, I think, as a support when you're coming out of base in case something happens mid or another angle opens up. Okay, so we see Wukong here. Pyke is running at me. It's a little scary. I do have my W, like I said, so I'm pretty tanky. Okay, so look at this. Now they just use so many abilities on me. I have 2 potions and a biscuit still and my heal, and I'm luring them really deep into our jungle right now. And my Lux and Talon is coming, so they just used all their abilities on me. And now we can go back in because they're deep in our jungle. They used everything. He just used a stun and his W right there. And they used another hook right there. So they have no abilities up. So my Lux and my Talon can just go in. Sure, I'm low, but they don't need me to go in because they just used everything. I can still go in after. We got the Pyke after his invis. I used my heal just in case. And like, look how deep they are right here. And then our whole team is collapsing. Caitlyn's coming. Talon and Lux are chasing them down. And even though I didn't really do anything on this second half of the play, I baited them into our jungle. I used my health bar as kind of like a resource, I guess, in a way. And I knew I wasn't going to die. I have, like I said, I'm really tanky. I have Aftershock, I have my Luna W, I have Biscuits, I have a heal and my potions. So I was very confident I wasn't going to die. And as I was running away, as I got hooked here and I was running away up, I was just kind of looking at where my team was and seeing if we could turn the play. So we were able to do that, and look at that. We got 2 kills and a dragon, which is a huge swing compared to what it was 1 and 4 before. 2 kills on a dragon is humongous. Looks like my Caitlyn is dead. I came out of base. I can't really... I'm trying to look at the map. It looks like he was fighting... Okay, so the waves are coming in now. It looks like he might have netted in. Used his E in to try and get the zigs, and it looks like he flashed out. So... And then he dies to Pyke. So I think the correct play is probably just to push that wave in, instead of hitting the zigs, and then just running. But now he's dead, because he tried to kill the zigs, and he died to the Pyke that was coming out of spawn. And I said, Kate, so bad. So... One thing you'll see me do a lot as a support, maybe in my other videos, is if I think my ADC is bad, mage or whatever is bad, I will just straight up leave. So that's what I'm doing right here. I'm going top. I think this Caitlyn's bad, and if I just stay there, we're not going to win this game. So I'm leaving. I could have pinged this missing as well. That's kind of bad for me. Two missing pings that I could have called in the Pyke. But it looks like Talon's on the same page as me. We're both pinging in. Clean up both the kills. Okay, so now the Lux died, the Dareth died. It's better if us just push the wave in. At least somebody will get the wave on our side, but nobody will get the wave on the enemy side. So they're missing a wave right now, and it's gonna come back to us. So I'm here. The Pyke is dead, and this looks like this Talon's about to go in. I used my E kind of bad here. I think I also stunned a clone. Yes, I did. So I kind of played it bad, but I think he's out. The Pyke is here late because he died. I'm really tanky, like I said, still, so I'm not too scared about fighting this. And my top lane is also losing in this game as well, if I believe correctly. I'm here. I mean, this streamer should know that I'm here, but he dies. I'm trying to ping my Talon at home, but it looks like he was like coming, so I tried to... So I stunned him here. I mean, I rooted him up here. I wanted my Talon to come. I don't know if he wasn't looking, so I rooted him here, and I just keep walking. I just keep walking this way, because I think... I mean, I would think he would E this way, right? So I just keep walking, because I don't want to take this kill. I want to let the Talon try and get it. I just keep walking this way, so he can't E this way. I don't want to just keep hitting him with my autos, because I want to give the kill, and then, like, I'm wasting time. I just want to stun him. So I'm just walking this way to make sure he can't go this way, and wait for my stun to come back up. So he ends up going this way, because I started walking this way, and looks like Talon wasn't able to get the kill. I don't think I would have been able to kill him anyways. My autos do no damage. Wukong's here. I recall. So now I don't have a lot. I have my support item finished now. So I want to just recall and get that and get the wards. And I mean, I kind of have 500 gold. It's not too much. I'm probably just gonna buy, yeah, like nothing crazy. But I was running low on mana as well. So like I said, I think my Caitlyn's bad, so I'm just gonna leave. Pyke roams a lot as well, so I kind of have to match his roams too. And especially in this meta, there's a lot of mages in the bot lane, so nothing really happens too much in the bot lane. I mean, like, I could stay, like, if I stayed bot right now, the Ziggs would just keep clearing the way with his abilities, and I wouldn't be able to do anything. He outranges me, and my E is too short range to try and get him. So, it's better for me to just run around the map and try and make plays, and try and match Pyke. I'm walking around to this Xerath right now. He did just see me, so he probably is aware. Okay, looks like Pyke is here. Yep, I can also do that. That also is a thing in Leona versus Pyke. If he just tries to, like, charge his Q, I can just melee stun him. If he's close enough, usually they'll be pretty far away, so it won't really work. Usually what will happen is he'll charge it far away, and then you just click W, and then you block it for your AD, you click W, and then you don't take a lot of damage. And then it's your turn to pressure him now. Because he used his toke, so now you can use your abilities to, your E to maybe get on him. But it's still pretty hard. It's pretty difficult for you to get onto Pyke, because if you E him, he can just E away as well. Right here, I guess, maybe I was thinking he wasn't in lane yet. But I heard the sound, it looks like he's on my AD. Even though I think he's bad, you shouldn't completely abandon them. Well, because sometimes that will happen. Their support will just come back down and they will just kill him. It's like a free target. Right now I'm thinking this game's pretty bad. Our Kaylin's dead. I also didn't like the rune choice that she went, which is Hail of Blades. I'm not sure if she did that on accident or not, but usually now you would go lethal tempo. Not too many people used to take fleet a lot, but not too many people take fleet footwork anymore in general. Some people also take first strike. I'm not a fan of that either, especially versus Ziggs, where Ziggs can probably hit you with one ability and you won't be able to use your first strike. Okay, anyways, let's think. So let's get back to the game. So right now, I recalled first, and Pyke is staying to hit the turret, right? So if I recalled first and Pyke is sitting in the turret, that means I'm on the map first. So because I'm on the map first, I'm pinging to run into their jungle, because I know Pyke isn't going to be there. Sure, Wukong might be there or Xerath might be there, but I'm not really scared of them. They should be more scared of me, because I can lock them down with my alt Q, E, whatever, and then my Lux can ult and follow up. So that's why I'm not scared to run into their jungle here, because I have what's called tempo. I can run into their jungle first, because I recalled first, I'm out on the map first. So now I'm kind of just sitting here waiting for somebody to probably come in here, because Pyke, the dragon's about to spawn, Pyke or Wukong might come in here, because they're late. They stayed out on the map longer. I see Pyke's here. I'm pretty sure he has Mercury Treads. He has Mercury Treads and Hex Trigger, yeah, so I didn't go on him. It's pretty difficult to one-shot him. See Wukong here. I can CC chain him. Well, my Wukong was trying to wait for the Xerath to E, so that's why he didn't instantly go in. But this Wukong should have known that we were here. The Pyke saw us. I'm not really sure what he was doing. So I also know that he didn't use his W to clone, because I have him rooted, and I have him stunned, and then I have him ulted. So he can't do anything for like 4 seconds. At that point, he's already fully chunked, and he's dead. Lux hit a nice Q on him, and that's Dragon for us, once again, because I kind of baited them in. Well, I didn't bait them in, that was the first one, but we got this because of the tempo. We were out on the map first, and I was able to set vision. We were trying to trap in these bushes and wait for them to walk in, because, well, I mean, obviously we know they're going to walk in, the dragon's spawning. That me and Talon are kind of on the same page, and I'm doing this all without any pings. I actually added this Talon after, and it was kind of funny we were talking, but this Lux doesn't have to be here. He can just ult. Oh, she didn't ult, I'm not sure why, but the Talon, like I said, he sees this Xerath, so he's kind of wait. The Xerath knows that he wants to jump on to the Wukong, so he was waiting for the Xerath to use his ability, but I think that he might have waited a little too long, because I'm not sure if the Wukong didn't have his clone up or anything, because he didn't use it at all, so he must have used it maybe out of base or something, or trying to get here. And Pyke tries to help, and he gets caught with the Lux Bind. So right now we get the free dragon, the jungler's dead, they should just be giving this. I think the Kaylin wanted to pull it out here. Well, it's not completely necessary because the jungler's not alive anyways. So there's really no threat, it's just Ziggs and Xerath, and jungler should be able to smite it at this level with no risk of it getting stolen. So I don't really have to stay for this long. I'm kind of hitting this, but I don't do any damage, so there's no point of me just staying here and hitting this. What I should be doing is I should just recall and get back on the map first. So Pyke is beating me here because he respawned, and I'm just staying here, sitting here, hitting this thing for some reason. I don't know what I'm doing, but I should just be recalling instantly. Maybe I was thinking that there's a chance that Xerath and Ziggs might try and contest this, so that's maybe why I stayed a little bit, but look, the Pyke goes mid again. It's kind of my bad again. I didn't ping anything. I should be pinging to my Lux that the Pyke is going to be on the map first, and I won't be able to cover him. Okay, another thing here that I just is I'm defending my Talon's camps. So this is kind of up to like the tempo thing again that I was saying. Wukong died. Wukong knows that we're going to be doing the dragon, and the Talon jungle, you want to clear your camps before you want to recall. So that's what the Talon does. He does the dragon, clears his camps, and then the crab is spawning. So the Wukong knows that he's on the bot side of the map. So I'm running over here. I wanted to make a play on the top lane earlier that I pinged, but this is why you should just always run towards the middle of the lane once you come out as a support. So the Wukong wants to take his raptors because the Talon did the dragon and he's still got a bunch of camps to do. And the Wukong knows that the Talon won't be here for a while. So I see him here. I mean, I'm just stunning him. Nobody's going to kill him. He won't be able to kill me. And I won't be able to kill him, but I'm kind of just stopping him from taking the raptors. I see him ward this... I don't know who it was, but I think it's very important to click the wards, especially if you see it, because it gives so much information for your team. If you see that it gets warded and you don't click it, you're kind of griefing, because then if you try and get ganked or your teammates trying to do the Raptors, they won't know it's warded. So it's one simple click. It will give you so much information for your team. And what I do here is I hit the Raptors here. This isn't a misclick. I hit the Raptors, so then it comes towards me and aggroes on me. So if the Wukong tries to do the camp, he has to go further into our jungle. Looks like he backs off and doesn't want to do it anyways. But now there isn't really a play for me to make. Top lane's reset, died. The AD also reset, and I don't really want to help him too much because, like I said, I don't think he's very good. I don't think he's the win condition. I don't think staying there is going to win us the game. So I run top, and my Jax is already back on the map at this point. So his wave just crashed under the Trinimer's turret. So I can sneak into this brush. I know that Trinimer doesn't have vision of me. He has vision up to like about here, and it's pretty unlikely for these bushes to be warded. Top laners only have so many wards, and they're usually going to use it to avoid a gank. So he still doesn't have vision of me. He has vision up to like about here, so I'm clicking back and I'm going to sneak in this bush, and hopefully I can make a play on this guy because I know, like I said, I don't think this Caitlyn's going to win us the game. This Jax wasn't really super behind. I think he was kind of even, or maybe he was behind. I don't remember. But Jax will scale harder than Caitlyn, so that's why I try to make a play on him. So I can't just ult him right here. It's not going to work. He still has his E up, so he still has a dash. So I'm waiting for him to use his dash here before I can go in. Looks like okay, there he goes. He uses it. My Jax kind of sells it by jumping in. Now, I'm not sure what he was doing here. He just walked back, like, even though he just used his E and his flash, he's just started walking back up again. I'm not really sure what he's doing. I could have flashed autoed here if I was maybe a little insecure and scared I was going to miss the ult, but I throw the ult out, and then I don't know what he's doing. I guess he didn't have ult either. So I throw the ult out. You see how the bar here, it says stunned? I can wait until my next stun, which is my Q. I can wait for that bar to kind of run out before I auto him, so I kind of just stand next to him and wait for the bar to come out. This is called CC chaining, getting the most, min-maxing your CC, and he cannot move for a while. Throw a little thumbs up there for mental warfare. Solo Q is all about mental. And I made my play on the top lane, makes a huge swing, and my team doesn't die either, which is perfect. Usually what will happen is you make one play on the side of the map, your team, the enemies will make another play on the other side of the map, and that's how it works. You kind of trade sides of the map, but my team was able to avoid the mid fight earlier. They were kind of having a scuffle over here, but I made my play in the top lane, and they were able to avoid their play, which was huge. They were able to get the bot turret though, but that was bound to happen eventually anyways with the way Ziggs work and his kit. And I wasn't bot at all. So now I'm just setting up some vision in the enemy jungle. I know the bot lane most likely backed since they've been on the map for a while and they just have a bunch of gold after getting that turret. So I'm just setting up some vision. There really isn't much for me to do here. I guess I could go back top, but that would take me a while to run back up there. And the dragon might be spawning soon, I'm not sure. So my mid laner isn't here. I just saw Pyke in this area, so I'll try and help my Caitlyn push the wave in, and then we could probably go towards mid to match their bot lane. We'll walk together, and we know Pyke is in that bottom mid brush, so we don't really have to be scared. I can block the hook, and then I won't take any damage as well. So there we go. I don't know, I'm not sure why he's went W there, but we see Jax is getting ganked. Let's just go on bot. It's very difficult for you to make a play in the mid lane. The lane is so short. I don't really have to be scared of this Pyke W, because if he goes to me, fine, my Caitlyn's okay. There's no, like, nobody will die. And my Caitlyn also has her net up, so she's not really scared either. We can dodge the Pyke pretty easily. So, like I said, you kind of trade maps. Wukong's top, we kill the Jax. The Talon's bot side, we kill the Xerath. He's a bit overextended. The Talon gets him, and I also have a bunch of bot vision, so we kind of know that their Ziggs and their Pyke isn't going to be moving. This could possibly be a little scary because I know Wukong is coming out of the base and is going to be in this area soon. And I wanted to recall there. I pinged, but I have no wards. Okay, yeah, we see Wukong. So Wukong could have either done the Rift Herald, or he could have recalled and came back to defend his camps. We see that he did the Rift Herald, and the Talon will take his camps. So I have no wards. Usually if you have no wards on a support, you kind of just want to recall. So you don't want to, but you don't want to recall too much, obviously. You don't want to just dump all 4 of your wards on your map and just recall, because then you kind of just permanently recall. That's pretty bad. Okay, so dragon spawning. We're trying to get out on the map. I already have some vision set up. I'm not sure my Lux. I mean, Lux having no flash, walking up against the pike is a little questionable. I'm not really sure what she's doing. And they TP in. We're almost able to get that tree kill on pike, but I just kind of want to see what happened. So my Caitlyn can't really walk up because we're missing the turret. So the Ziggs will always have the mid priority. Mid priority is very important. You kind of have to do things in steps. Let me pull up a little. I have a map here, or not a map. Hold on, 1 second. Here we go. So you kind of have to do things in steps, especially in the mid game. What first thing you want to do is push in the mid wave. You push in the mid wave, and then let's just say in this case for Ziggs, the Ziggs can push in the mid wave. Then Caitlyn has to sit back here because since we're missing the turret, the Caitlyn can't walk up. She's not safe, right? She's missing a turret, so she has to sit back here to get the wave. So Ziggs will be able to push away first, and then Ziggs can go, I don't know, go bot and set up vision, or go top and set up vision. Depends on which side you want to go to. But what usually happens is you will push the wave mid, then you will go and set up vision somewhere else. That's step 2. And then step 3, by the time that happens, you probably have to go back to mid to clear the next wave. But that will help you make more plays. So 1, push to mid wave. 2, set up vision. And then you have to go back to mid wave. And then by the time, that's the first thing you have to do. I'm kind of making steps in a step. So after you come back from putting your wards down in, I don't know, in the river or in the jungle or somewhere, then you push in another mid wave, and then you will have, after you push in the second mid wave, you can maybe rotate to the side to catch somebody. You can maybe sit in the jungle and maybe wait for someone to come in. So mid priority is very important, and you use that to set up vision, to make traps, to rotate. And Caitlyn is always behind a step. So this is also tempo. Caitlyn's always behind a step because she always has to catch his wave here second, and Ziggs can always move first. So let me go back to here. This is kind of in a way what happens. My Lux walks very carelessly, and look, Caitlyn's sitting back here because she's ready to catch the wave, but I'm not sure what my Lux is doing. He just kind of walks, like I said, in a very suspicious way. Let's see. I might have been in range. I think I'm in range to E the pike here, but I didn't do it. I also have flash, but I don't really want to flash for support right before the dragon spawn. It's not necessarily worth it. And he has mercs as well, so he could probably get away if I don't. Maybe if I don't ult, it's a little hard. So I mean, I just throw it out there just to maybe Hail Mary. But I think I probably should have E'd earlier. I think I was in range. So it's not complete terrible news, but because Lux will be respawned before the dragon spawns. But okay, looks like I'm going in. I didn't layer my CC correctly. The pike has mercs, which makes it a little hard to CC everything because I have to do everything super fast compared to what I was doing before, maybe like on that Tryndamere. I think we might have been able to kill the Wukong here, but it's a little hard. The Talon would probably go in and kill the Wukong, and he probably would die as well. So I'm not sure if he. I can't blame him for not going in there. I mean, let me think. Let me think about what I was doing. I guess I wanted to go in because, yeah, I'm not sure. Maybe going in isn't the best idea here. Obviously, hindsight, but I don't really know what I was thinking at the moment because we know Wukong's probably going to be coming, dragon spawning, so I don't really know why I went in. That was kind of dumb idea. Maybe I thought we could just kill the pike and get it back out. Especially versus their team. They have Xerath and Ziggs, which are mages. They throw spells out. If you don't get into the area first, kind of controlling this river is very difficult. Because they'll have vision in our jungle. They will be sitting here throwing spells at you while you're walking in, walking through all the wards, so it's a little difficult. I mean, in a way, we have that as well. We have Lux and Caitlyn. Caitlyn can set up traps here. Lux can also throw spells in from the river if we have vision in their jungle here. But since we don't have the mid turret, it makes it very hard for us to get vision safely. We have to be more back because we don't have a turret. So it's very snowbally. I'm not sure why I did that. We're probably going to give the dragon at this point because I'm dead and Lux died before the dragon, so we were losing control and we still don't have the mid turret. So we have 2 dragons, I just saw, so it's okay. You don't have to throw the entire game for 1 dragon for soul point. So right now, this Talon is thinking, okay, so the Talented Raptors, he knows that their team's on the dragon. So he's kind of doing the same thing earlier. He knows their team's on the dragon, so he's going to go run into their jungle and possibly do some camps. And I'm picking the top turret because I know that their team's on the dragon. There's at least 2 or 3 people here. We see one mid. So I'm thinking, okay, well, we cross map. We go on the other side of the map and where they're not at, and we try to trade. So that's why I pinged the top turret. Looks like Pyke was already here to try to kind of get some information on where we were, trying to defend maybe. And that sweep, that vision plant, I see that their whole team's here. I'm pinging for my team to know that they're all here. Talon is able to flip over walls, so I don't really have to be too worried about helping him. I'm pinging our team back here because we just saw at least 3 people in this area, and there's only 2 of them in the top river. We see Lux's bot as well, so we don't really have to be fighting this. It looks like it's winning. The fight is winning, so it's okay. I'm not sure really what happens to the Pyke or the Xerath that was in the area. I think, yeah, I don't really know what they're doing. But it's kind of like they have numbers here. We just saw at least 3 or 4 people here. We see Lux's bot, so Lux won't be able to join us. And we see Caitlyn is also mid. So technically on paper, this is a bad fight. But I'm not sure. The Pyke, we just saw the Pyke, he just kind of ditched them. And then the Xerath never came, so I'm not sure. But either way, I was able to come here and stun up the enemies, clean up a little bit. I kind of use everything on the Trinimere just so we can't move. My Talon jumps over the wall. I stun him again, and he's able to get the kill. I stun him. I don't have to use my ult because I knew it was about to expire, and my Jax also had his his counter strike up, so I knew that he wouldn't be able to take damage. So now the fight's over. I remember I do something stupid. I think I stun him. I should have ulted him. I'm not sure. If I was able to ult him, then my Jax would have been able to be in E range, but I didn't for some reason. I tried to. Also, you could see that interaction I was talking about, where if I E him, he can Q my E, and it just kind of cancels out. But the fight's over now, so we should realistically just leave. League of Legends is you make one play and you recall or you back up, and then they make one, and then it's their turn to make one play and back up and recall. I was just getting annoyed at this Pyke kind of just stopping our back, so I E him and then I Q him, and I need to. Well, yeah, there's the Mercury Treads right there. If he didn't have the Mercury Treads, he'd be dead for sure. But since he has Mercury Treads, the E route kind of lasts way shorter. I throw my ult out because I don't know, I'm mad that he stopped our back, and then we do something stupid and we die. So we should realistically just run away, because we won the fight already. The play's over. We recall, and then they have a turn to make a play because we're in the base. That's the same thing as tempo, as I was saying earlier, and I'm not sure why Xerath didn't block that Caitlyn ult. Something else right there, but right now I'm just gonna skip ahead because nothing's really happening. I'm thinking, okay, the Baron's probably about to respawn, or it's about to spawn, so I should probably go top side, and I see the Talon's probably gonna go for the Xerath the way he's moving towards the left side of the map. So it looks like he's able to pick off the Xerath. I see that my Caitlyn's taking mid wave, and Trinimere, we know his ult makes him invincible, invulnerable, whatever. Stupid champion. So I'm coming mid because I know that a lot of Trinimeres can just dive ADCs very easily. So I come here. I was like, maybe there's a small percent chance that he does something stupid. He also got his W off on the Caitlyn, so he's probably getting baited in that he might be doing something stupid. I'm not sure why he did this. This is something stupid, but it's still a Q, so you never know. So I come in, he might do something stupid, and sure enough, he does. He goes in, he E's in for some reason. I'm able to root him. I'm able to stun him. My Caitlyn also roots him with his W, and then he's just dead. I'm not sure if he had ult, but if he had ult, I'm not sure if it made much of a difference anyways. He probably was going to die. So, yeah. You can't really assume that people will just do the right play. Obviously, the right play is not Trinidad to do that because that's just stupid because he doesn't know who's behind him, who's behind this Caitlyn. I mean, he can see that I just respawned. So, I'm not sure why he did that. But there's a small percent chance that he might do that. The way he was clicking forward, the way that he got the W off on the Caitlyn, I was like, okay, maybe he might go in, so I went towards mid. So right now, I pinged for my team. That we see Wukong right there. I think it's very important to ping your team, or if you see somebody, or like I said, the wards. Just pinging. There's no voice chat in this game, okay? So you just kind of have to ping everything or type. I'm not really sure why I'm hitting mid here. I think it's not really the best idea. We see Wukong as top. I just saw Pyke was in the area, and Ziggs is bot, and I guess Xerath and Trinimir is already dead. So maybe this isn't terrible. I could be getting vision for my team, but I was able to get all this, I don't know what this is called, this blue stuff on the turret off. And I kind of get decent damage on it, so it's okay. I could have gotten vision, which I guess I'm doing here, but there isn't really much for me to do anyways. So we kill the Wukong, and I guess we start the Baron. So obviously the jungler's dead, they can't do the Baron, or they don't have smite to contest us. So I'll just help my team. I already have a bunch of vision set up in the jungle. And we see Pyke and Ziggs bot. So there is pretty much 0% chance that this gets stolen. Maybe Trinimir ult, or not Trinimir ult, Xerath ult, but we have smite for that. So we want to get home, recall, and defend bot. I'm kind of sitting here because maybe my team might want to turn this because there's only 2 people here. Wukong's coming, but he's not here yet. And I also want to make sure that they can recall safely because Trinimir is just running at them. Also hit another emote here, kind of maybe mental warfare. And I kind of was hoping I'd bait him into the traps, which does work. So we get him there with the traps and I bait him in. I'm not sure if I caused him to do that, but let's just say I did. And then, like I said again, CC chain, he's rooted. He's still going to be rooted for maybe 1 second or 1 to 2 seconds. So I can wait 1 second, stun, and then also use my ult. I don't have to E him at the same time because I ulted him. I'm not sure why I did that. But Trinimir can still use his ult through CC, but it's fine. We just want to... I just want to keep him there so he can't run away. And my Caitlyn's just hitting him. Stun him again. I'm kind of clicking back and forth here. Because I see Xerath is channeling his Q. So I'm kind of clicking back and forth to try and dodge it, which I do. And now stop switch Qs, which makes it a little easier. And Caitlyn gets another ult on people on Trinimir without it being blocked, which kind of is a theme of this video, which is kind of funny. I keep going just in case. I'm not sure if Caitlyn wants to go or not. She walks back, but I don't think I'm really in threat of dying here. I think I might actually die, I'm not sure. I try and try and dodge everything. I keep picking to go in, even though, I mean, yeah, I guess, yeah, I don't really know why I'm doing this, but I guess Wukong came off the screen and just killed my Caitlyn. I have flash, but I don't really like just flashing away to live. I don't really think it's always worth it. Might just be better to just flash on the enemy team and the enemy in like the dragon is spawning in a minute. So if I flash right now and live, I won't have my flash for the fight, and I'll be alive for this dragon fight anyways. So I'm thinking, probably what I'm thinking is just to save my flash and just save my flash for this dragon fight, which is way more important. So I die, and I mean I shouldn't be there anyways. Not really sure what my talent was doing, but the Wukong went so deep to kill my Caitlyn that my Jax was also able to just kill him. I'm pinging for my team because we've been fighting for a little bit now, and they're kind of deep. They're kind of past the point. There's this thing where I don't really know what it's called, but it's like a vision line or like there's like an invisible line of where you can walk and where you can't walk. It's kind of like a boundary of wards. It's kind of where the wards will meet. So you kind of see my wards. It's kind of like, well, it's kind of like this, which is a little weird. But since we don't have this turret here, it's a little further back. We lost all our tier 1s, but they still have theirs. So the vision line is probably about this area, which is about right because I have a ward here. And that's why I'm pinging our team because they're kind of deep. And They're kind of past that line, so I'm pinging our team to help. I think my Talon tried to stop him from getting into the Rift Herald, but he wasn't able to do that, obviously, with the flash. So I'm going to be alive for this dragon. So, yeah, I'm pinging my team back because the dragon is about to spawn. If we die now, it's going to be really hard for us to walk in. So I'm pinging my team back, and I think pinging your team is very underrated. Not underrated, but like, especially if you know what you're doing, you should just do it. My friend was asking me, how can he was kind of struggling solo queue, and I was telling him, you should ping your team, especially if you know what the right play is, and you just want your teammates to listen to you. Like, this is pretty obvious, okay? Like, anyone can do this. You know the dragon is spawning in a minute, so why are we fighting? Like, he got hooked in, he's already losing all of his health bar, and I don't know, maybe the Talon might jump in and try and help him. So I'm just pinging back because we know the dragon is spawning. We just want to fight for the dragon. So just ping your team. Guys, don't do this. Don't do something stupid. The dragon's about to spawn. Back up and let's just play for the dragon. Our team is not. We're not completely weak at this point. I'd say the game's pretty even. We're up 2 kills, but they have more turrets than us. Okay, let's see. I'm kind of rambling. I want to get back into the game. Talon gets hooked, but it's okay. And look, like I said, they're able to get mid priority. Xerath is able to push the wave. He just saw the Jax was low. We see the Talon right here. So he's able to push in the wave and get his minions in first, which allows him to recall first. He's recalling for the dragon that's about to spawn. Our Lux ulted to stop his back, but Lux ult's pretty short CD cooldown. It would be up by the time the dragon spawns, I believe. But this Lux's positioning has screwed her up a couple of times. It looks like the Pyke flashed on him, or flashed on the Lux again. They trade flashes, but generally that would be worth it for the enemy team because Lux is immobile. Pyke has his W and the E dash. I picked my Lux because I'm a little frustrated that he died the same way twice. Died the same way twice before the dragon spawned. So we have to give another dragon likely because we don't want to want to go in 4v5. I think my Kaelin also was pretty angry throughout this game. So he's just standing still most of the time. I don't really blame him to be angry because I wasn't in the lane like at all, but I'm more interested in winning LP than whether you're angry or not, okay? If I think that this is not the right play, then I won't do it. I don't really know what I'm doing here. This is pretty risky. I guess since we kind of have our team hovered here, I was like, maybe we can contest it, but this is a pretty risky play for me. I don't know who's in there. Pyke could have been in there, and I probably would have to blow my flash. Well, luckily, I don't have to. Talon's sitting in this bush. He's been sitting here for a while, and obviously they don't know he's there. I'm sure he swept it as well. So they're all running in here, probably to just get vision in the jungle, but Talon looks like he's going to make a play here. I E the clone, so I know, I mean, I guess I think I was aiming for not the clone, obviously, but either way it helps me. I kind of gap close. I know that Wukong just uses clone, so I can just ult him. If he has flash, then he's gonna have to burn his flash. So also flashed on him. Yeah, I don't know if that was really necessary, but I know he just used his clone, so I kind of make sure he dies. But it doesn't look like we're even gonna kill him. Our Jax is super deep now. He's kind of tumbling on this kill, because I mean. We see Pyke and Tryndamere moving, so I'm not moving because I see that. And then Jax is super deep in their team now, and yeah, all because he tried to kill this Wukong. So now he's probably gonna die. I just put up the vote. I'm kind of frustrated at this point. Even though it's my Masters promo game, it's okay. You can just play another one. I'm kind of upset because we were doing pretty decently, and then our Lux died twice before the dragon spawned. So it kind of threw everything away when we were already doing pretty fine. And then my Jax just made that play. And then I'm not sure how my Talon died, but it looks like he just died to Tremere. At this point, I think this game's pretty lost already. We're kind of throwing everything away. Like I said. I know they're probably going to want to recall soon because they've been on the map for a while. They did the dragon. They just won this fight. So and they give me this turret right here. So I hit this plant. I'm kind of baiting him in a way because I see my two teammates behind me, and I know that some of his teammates probably have already recalled. So that's why I kind of just stand here and I stun him, and I see. I mean, there's a Xerath here and Ziggs here, so it's not all of them are gone. Looks like only Pyke might have went home, and we see Wukong mid. So, and I know I'm tanky, so like I said, use your health bar as a resource. I'm tanky, and it's probably gonna be hard for me to die. So, and obviously stun him, and then once I stun him, I don't really have anything else to do. That's why I'm just kind of clicking back and forth with dodge abilities. So I can E, but I don't really want to E because if I E him, then I'll be on the other side and I'll be deeper into their team. So that's why Q, just kind of walk back and forth, dodge abilities. Q again, walk back and forth, dodge abilities. Maybe we can get his ult. Okay, he's really low, but he's gonna die. Well, yeah, like I said, at this point, I think the game's already pretty lost. I should have put my ward on this thing. I think, is it called Fey Lights or something? I forget what it's called. But, I'm running towards mid, I guess, to maybe defend mid. I don't know. I'm pretty frustrated, like I said, at this point. I get hooked in here. I tried to do the Q auto thing on the ward, but I don't think I did it properly. He's just putting a bunch of wards down. I have to go. I'm about to get Pyke ulted at this point, so I just need to run back. Looks like I reported my Caitlyn. Like I said, I'm pretty frustrated because he's just kind of standing still. This Talon is running towards the top side, maybe get an angle onto the enemies because, like I said earlier, they've already been on the map for a really long time, so they have a lot of gold in their inventories they haven't bought. They're kind of low, versus we just lost a bunch of fights, so we spent all our gold. So unspent gold doesn't really add to a lead because you haven't spent it. You just have the gold in your inventory, which doesn't do anything, so you're not getting any items. So even though if we're behind total in gold, it doesn't really matter because they haven't spent their gold. Let's see. So now they're recalling. They're backing up the recall because they have a lot of gold. They just made a bunch of plays in a row. So I'm just walking with my Talon because I know they probably recalled and we have to push out our waves. So this is something else like tempo. Like I said earlier, they've made a bunch of plays. I know they're probably recalling, so I will run into their jungle because I know they're recalling. I'm gonna be out on the map first. Like, and this is like I said before, pinging is important, but like, sure, I could say the Talon sees me run into the jungle right here, but I ping my team. I do one ping. I kind of would. I thought he would just wanted to take the blue buff. Maybe I was thinking we can just take the blue buff and run away. But I set up wards, and I ping my team that hey, I'm in here. Something might be happening. We have, even though we're behind in gold. Look, they have 700 gold shut down, 400 gold shut down, 150 gold shut down, and we're down 2 kills, and we just lost like 2 fights in a row, 3 fights in a row. My Talon's actually ahead. Actually, I want to look at the scoreboard for a little bit because I haven't been able to look at it. My Talon's actually ahead of their jungler up by full item, which is pretty massive. My Lux is down about half an item. Actually, more than that, probably because we haven't seen the Xerath and he hasn't bought his items yet. So only the Talon is up in gold, it looks like. Maybe the Jax. So I set up the wards, and we see Wukong walk in. And like I said, I'm here first. They had to recall. So I'm able to come in here, set up wards, and possibly trap him, which is what we do. And we see that. And I also don't want to like sit in this bush right here. Like I chose this bush because it's very common for them to just sweep their jungle while they're coming in with the Oracle lens. I'm not sure why I didn't do that, but that's a misplay on his part. So it's very common for them to just sweep. So I don't want to sit here because then I'll get spotted. So I want to. I dropped a ward here, so I already see everything. So I want to sit here. It's kind of like a different angle, and we see that he uses his clone. So that's a free Wukong stun. I don't know. I don't have to ult. I don't know why I did. But I just want to make sure that we can secure the kill because that's our timer to make a play. And if we don't make this play right now, then we are back at kind of like even grounds, I guess, in a way. Because they're out back on the map. And if we don't kill this guy right now instantly, then they're going to be able to use their lead to push waves, get vision, everything. And I'm frustrated because we just made a play, but then my team just died again. So I make that one play, and then it's like we make a play, but 1 step forward, 2 steps back. We kill the Wukong, which is huge, because we can get a free pick, essentially, if nobody dies. But then my Caitlyn and my Lux die. So that sucks. We made the one play. Like I said, I have no wards at this point. I put one more ward down in the Baron in case they do it in a minute. But I go back home. We made our play. I put down my wards. Let's go home and reset and do it all over again. Here goes some water. I'm talking a lot. Okay, so oh, it looks like my Talon is going to go in. He just saw the Pike, I believe, on the mini-map. Yeah, he did. I'm not sure if he saw that, but this is a little risky. I think he's maybe just trying to get his ult, because he cannot kill him. Obviously, with the Trinimer's ult, maybe he's just trying to get his ult and get out. But the Baron's spawning in 20 seconds. So I just try and get in and to obviously get some wards. I'm walking with my Jax here, so I shouldn't be really scared, even though I saw a Pike in the area, and Trinimer's low. So I don't go too deep. Like I said, the kind of vision line that I was saying earlier, this is the line right here. About maybe here, like this, all the way down, because we don't have our turrets. It should be honestly way further back, but there was nobody in the area at this time, so I'm kind of able to get a greedy ward. Yeah, I just walked over a ward in this area, I think. I'm not sure where it was. Maybe it was in this bush. And I put a control word here, and I didn't spot it. So, like I said, it's very difficult to walk in against mages like Ziggs and Xerath, because that's what's going to happen. I'll walk in, and then I'll just take a bunch of health to these poke champions. So they probably know that we're in here. Like I said, the vision line, this line did get, this ward did get killed, so it is back further where I said. Xerath is walking very close to me, and I'm going on him. I don't care if anyone is near me at this point. This guy has 700 gold shut down. He is very important to their team. If nobody's near me, that sucks, but this is the opportunity I have to go for. And I'm just going to go in and hope that someone can follow up, even if they're far away, because I have a bunch of CC. So I throw my E at him, I throw my Q, I throw my stun. He can't move for like 5 seconds. I'm not sure where my Lux did an ult. Maybe he just wasn't looking at my screen, but if Lux ults with this Caitlyn ult that doesn't get blocked again for some reason happens, then he should be dead. Maybe he still does. I'm not sure. I don't remember. Lux throws the ult out now, but he's not CC'd, so he can dodge it. But I'm able to chunk out the Xerath, which is already super, or not me, but I'm able to set up a chunk for the Xerath, which is already super good. So that's why the Talon's going in, and he's the Fed one, remember. So he goes in, he does his Talon stuff, and Wukong is pretty low, I think, from the Talon and the Lux. So at this point, I'm just going in. I'm just trying to help the Talon because the Talon's the strong person, and I don't really have to be scared about my Caitlyn or Lux dying to anyone. There's no threats, because since this Xerath was already caught and he lost a lot of his health bar, it's probably going to be a pretty bad fight, and my Talon already went in, and the Wukong's low. So this is already looking pretty good. It's a good setup because the Xerath was caught in a bad spot. So we get 2 kills here. Let me see. Maybe I could have E'd his guy. Possible. But we don't have to go too deep. It's a little risky. And Pike is in the area. Let's see. Okay, so I look on my map. I see Trinimer's TPing. I'm sure the Jax saw him TP, so I'm sure he was pinging him if he's still trying to win. The Jax is pinging, the Trinimer is TPing, so I don't have my pings on, but obviously, like I said, I have pretty decent map awareness, so I can see him. TP, I ping to my team. I'm not sure if the Jax is pinging or not, but I don't care. Either way, like I said, I'm pinging the Trinimer TP for everyone else. My Lux throws a nice Q. It doesn't have that bar to see how long he's CC'd for, but like I said, I want to chain the CC so I don't instantly stun him. I wait a little bit, and then I stun him now, and then my Caitlyn's also get a trap on him, so he gets rooted again, and then I root him with my E again, and then by the time that's all over, I get another stun off on him. This guy cannot move forever, so he is he is fully sitting here getting CC'd forever, and we dump everything on him. My Caitlyn gets him with the last Q. Huge. So now we just get 3 kills, right? Just like that. Just like that, because the Xerath misstepped, and I just took that opportunity to just go in. A very underrated thing, not underrated, but like a skill on a support that is pretty difficult, like you can't really teach it, is that once you see an angle or like a way to go in, you just kind of have to do it. You can't hesitate. and that's what makes a good support versus a great support. Is if they just see an angle, they will just instantly go in, and you no hesitation. So my Lux dies again the same way for like the third time. I'm already frustrated. I was pinging the dragon, like I said, because back to the tempo thing. We are doing the Baron. This Wukong's alive, so they will be able to get to the dragon first, even though we killed 2 people. The Pike was mid. Okay, I see the Pike's mid, but the Wukong ended up going towards bot way first to push out the lane. But they're still going to be there first either way. My Jax is in a little sketchy spot, but he recalls. I'm sure he has TP. My Caitlyn should have went mid and pushed out the mid wave first. That's usually what you want to do. It's very important to push out mid, especially during these objective fights. But it looks like the fight might be brewing, so I can't blame him too much. I was kind of pinging this because I thought they were on it. We haven't seen the Wukong for a while. Okay, yeah. Now I see him down here. Obviously, the dragon's going that way, so I know the Wukong's down there. But we're just rushing towards this dragon because this is sole point. This is the third dragon for either team. And we have the Baron, but it's not... the dragon's more important. We saw the Wukong run down here. Put a control word. If it's ever this... What is this? Ocean Drake? If it's ever this Ocean Drake, put the control word in this bush right here. Because if you put it out here and there's a ward in here, it will not get... canceled out, I guess. The ward in this bush will still be able to get vision. So that's why you want to put the control word in there, in case there's a ward in there. At this point, they're probably just giving it because Jax has been walking outside the pit and has not seen anyone. And I guess the Wukong could be like in this tri-brush right here, and he could maybe go over the Wanchar and steal it. But I have a control word, so we know they have no vision, so they're most likely going to be giving it away. I've been talking for a really long time, but the game is almost there, near the ending point. But I mean, I guess some things I want to say how I was able to come back is just the tempo and understanding. Tempo is kind of what got us able to put us in this winning position, I guess, and going in when the enemy messes up. Kind of, we were behind, but like I said, we were able to get the pick on the Wukong here, and that kind of led to that didn't really lead to anything, but because my teammates died. But just, I mean, just being able to get this kill on here and capitalizing on the Xerath misstep. Even though I try to surrender, not every game's over. You should just play it out. And I'll talk at the end of the video about some things that I think helped me get to Masters and some tips, and that's one of them. Right now, let me get back to the game, is we're just trying to get this mid turret because it's the only other tier 1 turret that hasn't been gotten yet, and we have Baron. We want to utilize our Baron. I'm kind of standing here just baiting this Trinamir again. I could miss my E, unfortunately, though. I don't think we would have been able to kill him, but we could maybe at least get his ult. But they're just trying to clear the wave. I think... Okay, so the fight starts. This is... I mean, we're able to get the root on the Wukong, and I try to follow up on that, but the Trinamir, then if I go in on the Wukong, the Trinamir has kind of free reign to just go on my backline, which I think is what ends up happening with the Pike. So, look, I kind of realized this because I pay my camera back. So I root this Wukong, but I'm pretty sure that's the clone. Is it the clone? Yes, yeah. Because I saw a little right here. Oh, that was Pike. Okay, maybe it wasn't the clone. Either way, I go on the Wukong and I realize, oh shit, I kind of fucked up. They're gonna go on my backline. So at this point, I can't really do much. I can flash. I don't. Okay, so I stun this Pike. He doesn't keep going, but I can't really do much to help to get this Tryndamere. I can try and stop him. I can't. I'm not in range by flash, so I kind of throw an ult out there. Looks like he flashed over my ult, so I can't really do much for this Caitlyn anyways. It looks like Talon goes to clean up. I'll let this fight play out in real speed. I keep kind of skipping around, but I realize I kind of fuck up and I can't help my backline. Even though I know this, like I said, this Caitlyn probably is going to win this game, I should still help him because he's still the AD carry and he still does a bunch of damage. So my Talon was able to clean up. So at this, like I said, I'll go back one more time. I said, I realized I kind of fucked up and I realized I can't help them anymore. So I kind of throw out the ult just to maybe last ditch effort to try and help them. And then I start going forward to the other side of the fight because that's what I can help, and I can't help the back. I can't help my back line, but I can go forward with his Jax. My Talon was able to clean it up. Ends up being 2 for 2, which for the okay, well there you go, 2 for 3, which is worth it for them because we have the Barons, so they get rid of our Barons and we can't really siege. Oh, is he able to get this kill? Okay, huge. Huge, huge, huge. We're able to get that kill, which is huge, because now we can get this mid turret. Because if Xerath and Ziggs were here, it might be pretty difficult for us to get this mid turret. Dropping a ward here is pretty important as a support. I mean, it's in general pretty good if you're a jungler, mid laner, whatever. It helps you see which way they're rotating, if they're going up or down, and sometimes people will recall in this area, and you can maybe get a pick. But it's very important. I will always pretty much drop a ward in this area to see. Sometimes if I'm behind and they have tempo, if they have pushed, I'll just drop the ward over here or over here. But it's very important to ward kind of this area because you can see which way they're rotating to, up or down, if they're going to be making a play. And a lot of people recall in this area as well. Okay, back to the game again. That fight's over. We got the turret. Obviously, I would want to use a lot more with the Baron, but it is what it is. We fight, we get the turret. And I'm playing Leona, I have flash, so I'm tanky. I know I'm not really scared. I can just walk in here and clear that ward. And I mean, people die from both sides, so I know that I'm generally safe because they're coming out of spawn. So at this point in the game, Talon's a strong person, so I just want to play with the Talon. He is the one that is strong that will carry us, so I keep running in with him. And the higher elo you go, you'll see supports play more with their jungler. Playing with your jungler is very important. I'm able to get these wards down because I was able to come in here with the Talon. And huge, the Talon's able to one-shot him. He doesn't want to go on the Wukong. He can't one-shot the Wukong. He has clone. So he's kind of hiding here. I'm kind of pulling the attention away in a bit because the Ziggs is looking at me, the Wukong's looking at me, and then he's able to go over there and one-shot the Xerath. I land the ult on the Ziggs in case we want to keep going, but nothing is happening, it looks like. Pike kind of goes in and tries and does some stuff. I go back in case we want to go in again. McKinley's able to get a shot off onto the Wukong, gets him at half HP. We can't really siege, I don't think, because Ziggs is able to just one-shot the wave. Huge. Lux E is slow is enough for him to throw the ult out and pause, and he got his Zhonya's, which is good. So we don't really have to do anything here. We just have to stay here and keep the waves pushed in because our Jax is already pushing top. So mainly we just want to stay here to keep them here so that no one can go top. And if someone does go top, then we can continue pushing mid because then they'll be down a member because we were able to kill the Xerath. Here, I was just trying to block for my team. We're all standing in a line. I'm blocking, but he misses anyways. I tried to walk up and stun him in case he doesn't E out. Me walking up kind of forces him to E out because then he'll get stunned and then my Lux and Caitlyn can follow up. I'm pinging right now because we don't see anyone here. We don't see the Ziggs or Pike here, so I'm pinging towards my Jax that someone could be going there. Looks like Wukong was there, but that wasn't really who I was worried about. So since Wukong went top and it looks like the Ziggs recalled, we're able to get this mid turret. I stunned this Tryndamere in case he wanted to E into my Caitlyn. And Talon that whole time was also pushing bot. So we're able to get top turret, mid turret, and bot turret all at the same time. So now the game might be up in gold at this point. I'm not sure, it might be a little even. And like I said earlier, we make plays. We make plays, we recall, we make plays again. So we were able to get that pick on Xerath. We got 3 turrets. Now it's time to recall, spin our gold, and get back onto the map again. So at this point, they are able to make their play, but they're so pushed far back that they can't even do anything. Looks like, yeah, we saw the Tryndamere pushing the mid wave. I wasn't looking at him, but I think the Talon must have known that he ran that way. He's able to get the Tryndamere's ult while it's, yeah, like I said earlier, I said I was talking to this Talon after the game. He said he got really unlucky getting crit. So like the Talon should have been able to kill him there, no problem. But I think he's saying he got crit unluckily a couple times, so that's probably why he died. Let me just talk about my build right here while I press tab. So I go this, I don't forget what this item's called, but I go this item because I'm kind of like the only tanky member on the team. I think this item's good if you're like the only tanky member. So I kind of have to go in and I take up all the damage and then this will proc. This is also good against Pike, I believe, as well, because the health regen will help me get back over his ult threshold. Okay, so this Bandle Pipes, this gives you attack speed on CC, I believe. That's what it does. So this is good because I have Caitlyn. Obviously, most of the times you have ADs, that'll be good. But I also have Jax, which is good as well with him. They both have attack speed. Talon, not as much. You don't really need attack speed that much. Locket, always just a good item in general. Just remember to click it. And something else I want to say, Knight's Vow is a very good item, but I didn't want to buy it this game because I don't have... You only want to use Knight's Vow if you have a very important carry, which I do, which is Talon, but he doesn't have consistent DPS. You need someone with consistent DPS for Knight's Vow. And my Caitlyn wasn't super strong because I left him in the lane and I didn't think he was win condition, so I didn't buy Knight's Vow this game. But I do think it's a very good item, especially if you have a carry that is kind of like your only win condition. Dragon spawning, we see Wukong top, which is not sure what he's doing because the dragon's spawning, so I kind of walk super deep in here. We see 2 on the mid wave, and Lux just killed, what is it, Zig's bot. So I'm able to walk in here confidently, set up vision for my team. My Caitlyn has to go back and catch the mid wave, and I'm kind of running back this way just to protect her in case something happens. That is what you should do, is you should help your Caitlyn, or help your AD, or whoever's mid, keep pushing the mid wave, and then you can kind of walk out together and get vision or do whatever you want to do. This Jax is just chasing this Wukong forever. I kind of thought that the play was dead and he was just going to get away. But you'll see in a second that it doesn't happen. Because I'm just like, okay, but the dragon's spawning. I just want to help get the dragon. But he just keeps chasing the Wukong. So I kind of look at the map and was like, oh, this guy, he just keeps chasing him. He's running towards me, so I'll help him. And if we can kill the Wukong, that's the free dragon. I put on my sweep on because I'm not sure if he cloned. I wasn't really looking. So I root him up. I'm sweeping. I I stun him as he uses his clone, and then I kind of ult the clone, which is a little troll. Oh, I actually don't stun the clone. I have my stun still up, but I just ulted the clone. He stopped like he used his clone, so I thought I stunned him because the like animation his character kind of stopped. But we killed their jungler right before dragon. That's huge. That's huge. I don't really know what he was doing. That's pretty much a free dragon. So now we get soul, and this is kind of like a soul based meta right now, where if you get soul, you increase your chances of winning by so much. So at this point, we can fight if we want, but that's not the guaranteed play. The guaranteed play is the dragon. We could fight. It would be a 4v5, but we could still lose that fight. It's possible. So the correct play and the guaranteed play is to go to the dragon, because we can most likely get this dragon without it getting stolen. Looks like Trinity might get caught here. Maybe just get his ults or get the kill. Getting his ult is huge. Trinity without ult's pretty useless, but it looks like my Jax just died trying to tell on this. So I'm pinging mid wave because this dragon should already be ours, and I don't want them to just kind of run it down mid with the wave and get the inhib for free. So I'm pinging the wave. I'm pinging the wave. Lux does a good job of... I was upset at this Lux for dying a couple times, but the Lux really did have really impactful roots, and he was able to hold the wave there, so he couldn't just run out and get the inhibitor. I mean, Shimmer could still get the inhibitor without the minions, but he decided not to. My Talon gets hooked here. We know Trinity is also in this area. I ult the Ziggs, he flashes. I kind of go pretty deep here, I would say. I think I just flashed because I saw the Ziggs flash, and I know my team's behind me, so I kind of just go in, but no one's here to follow up with me. But okay, well, there you go. We were able to get a kill right there. But I still kind of have 3 people on me in a way, even though there's no follow-up. And the Trinity can't really go in because then there'd be 3 people on him, and I'm assuming he uses ult from that earlier fight. So my Talon's able to follow up on that. I can't really go deeper with the Talon. They're so far away. They're way further than me. I'm just going to run back and try and protect my backline from this Trinity that might be flanking them, or he might be running to the top wave right now. So they recall. We haven't seen Trinity for a little bit. Yeah, we see Trinity on the top wave. So now I'm just only with the Talon. I have no ward. So now we're in an interesting situation. We kind of want to... I think the idea is we just want to run here and just cut him off. We have the backline here, and me and Talon can cut him off. But we see him E, and he goes into Fog of War. So it's kind of... we don't really ever know where he's going. And I throw a ping over here in case me and Talon want to turn this, because they don't know we're here. I throw a sweeper on just in case. And Talon can definitely get one, maybe two here. I kind of mess up here in a way because we know there's no vision and we're kind of set this trap. I think I don't have my ult, but we see the Wukong has his sweeper up. So I think the Wukong was able to see that I'm here in his sweeper. That's why he instantly threw, like, cloned. Because he saw someone like my silhouette and he was a little scared. Yeah, I think I kind of give it away that we were there, which was pretty bad. So my Talon's dead at this point. Died to Tryndamere over the wall. We knew he was over there, but the Talon had to go over it. He had to go over the wall. He could die anyways. So I just kind of have to peel my Caitlyn and Lux and hope that we can maybe win this fight. Tryndamere maybe just dies without ulting. I'm pretty tanky, like I said. So I'm kind of just sitting here taking on 3 people's damage, and they're able to get the Tryndamere in return. So it ends up being 2 for 1, which could have been way worse, is what I'll say. Okay, they kind of flash at the same time. That's a little unlucky. The Jax wanted to flex on the Jareth, but he flashed at the same time. Now we're entering the late game. We've already been in the late game for a little bit, but I'm not very much a support that is super mechanically good in lane. I'm very good at the mid-late game with with macro movements and stuff like that, and where to be in decision making. I'm much of an expert, I'd say, in that area in the mid to late game. I'm not super mechanically great, but I can make good decisions and correct decisions in the late game. Is more of my, I guess, support characteristic or my type as a player. They do the Baron, of course. Me and Talon are dead, so they have no smite. We have no smite, so should be free Baron for them. Honestly, I'm not really sure why Jax tried to contest this, but a miracle that he lives. And back to the tempo thing. They just did Baron. They want to recall. So now we can get back onto the map, and we can do things first. Like I said, this Lux hit some pretty clutch roots on this Tryndamere. And I mean, just on everyone in general. So he's just on the map by himself because, like I said, their team probably recalled. So I do I'm kind of just walking around because I'm just waiting for him to E because I know he's going to E in a direction. I auto him E. He's stunned again. I root him again. He's about to get rooted again. He cannot move. So he dies, and they kind of miss their Baron. He lost his Baron, which is pretty important, especially with Tryndamere. You want to be side laning. So they kind of lost 1 point of power there. So now we can look for a fight. It's 4v5, assuming this Jax comes. I'm not sure what Caitlyn's doing. It's just kind of AFK. I thought someone was in there, so I just kind of threw any out. But if I hit it, great. If I don't hit it, there's not much loss. They weren't really expecting me to just throw the E blindly in there as well. We just set up the vision down here because our Jax wants to keep pushing bot. I'm super deep in here, and I have no flash. This is kind of my bad. I just wanted to keep getting vision for my team, but my team is pretty far back, and I have no flash, and I'm super deep in. So I kind of just die for free there. That's my bad. Caitlyn's pushing top. Jax is pushing bot. Jax should be a little scared here in case, yeah, he doesn't have too much vision, and they could be going for him, but we see that he don't. Someone goes to catch the bot wave. Someone's going to have to go and catch the top wave as well. So we can kind of just reset and wait for me to respawn for this dragon. They have Baron, but we just pushed in both the side lanes, so they can't really do much with these minions even in the mid lane. And I'll be up for this, I believe, Elder Dragon that's spawning. We see he's recalling on the ward, just ping it from a team in case. Looks like Talon's going for another play on the Tryndamere. Gets his ult, runs away. Oh, it looks like he flashed on him and he died. Or he traded. Traded kills. Oh, okay. We see Wukong. Yeah. So our Jax and Caitlyn were already in the jungle, and Wukong went to push the bot wave, but looks they should. They kind of ran. They should have ran. They both ran this way, but one of them should have ran this way, and one of them should have ran this way to cut him off so he didn't have an escape. And Lux almost getting caught again, so I was very worried as he died 3 times already. So they weren't able to get the Wukong, unfortunately. But It's a 4v4 right now. There's 3 mid, and there's 1 in the Wukong is in their bot jungle, so we know there isn't too much threat. This Lux is definitely dead. It's a little hard. It looks like he just instantly threw up the info vote, which is kind of funny, but it's a little hard when you're getting Xerath ulted and Ziggs ulted to just to just dodge everything. Let me pause here because this is like the final fight of the game, and I know I've been talking already for over an hour, but I just keep talking, I keep rambling. So the Jax saw that there was 3 mid and there was 1 bot, and Trinity was respawning, so he keeps pushing in the bot wave because that's what Jax is. Jax is a side laner, and the dragon's about to spawn. So me and Kaylin kind of want to stay on the map because we want to maintain control of this, but they're running it down mid, which is a little worrying because they have Baron. They could end the game right here if they can't end, but they could pressure. Like, look, they pressure us to recall because we're not sure if they're gonna keep going. And Jax is fighting Wukong. Trinity is about to respawn. Jax winning this fight is humongous because the dragon's about to respawn. I kind of pinged to the Jax that they're recalling, and we kind of just want to rush this down because their jungler isn't alive. So pay attention right here because they have supers mid, which means it's gonna automatically push into us, and the minions will automatically always keep pushing into our base. So, and they have Baron still for a little bit, so they could at any time maybe just run down mid and possibly end the game. So I'm pinging here because there's this streamer has already died isolated deaths so many times, and I'm kind of pinging that he's probably going to run up here after pushing the bot wave. He's going to try and rotate up this way. So I try to keep pinging to my team that I want to make this play, but nobody's moving. And at this point, I'm kind of in a sketchy spot. They start moving now. It's not necessarily too late, but he might E. Okay, yeah, he E's, but he's still 1 HP. So now we're all just kind of grouping on this Elder. I clear these wards. There probably is a ward in the pit. One final note before this final fight happens as well, as I think I should have bought an elixir since I had 800 gold, I remember. And if you know it's going to be the last fight, you should buy an elixir. They're very gold efficient and they give you a lot of stats. So like I said earlier, they still have, I'm not sure if they still have Baron now, but they have super minions mid. So the Trinity is pushing mid, threatening a possible end. I'm just trying to block for my Kaylin. I stun him and he gets chunked out. My Kaylin throws the ult out there, and like I said, this thing of the game, it didn't get blocked and he ends up dying, which is really big. So the super minions pushing in mid is possible that they might end the game. So Ajax is respawn, so it's fine. I see the Tryndamere is on my Lux's tail, so I kind of run over here to try and cover for him to make sure the Tryndamere can't just kill him. Make our Lux just kind of regroup with us. Our Talon has, after he chunked this Tryndamere a while ago, he hadn't seen him for a while, so he's sitting in this bush. And what he does is he waits for this Wukong to respawn after Jax killed him, and he's kind of just looking for a pick. Talon isn't going to super work well in a team fight. You just kind of wait for a perfect time to catch someone off, which is what he's trying to do right there when they're running back. So my job is just kind of just help protect my backline here. My Kaylin and my Lux, which is what I'm doing. I let my Lux walk in. Not really sure what Tryndamere is doing here. Just kind of walked into me, so I get a free stun. I'm on vision. Like, they see me too, so I don't know what he's doing. He just kind of ulted for free. We stunned him. He cannot move at all. I also want to note that he bought Mercury Treads because he got CC'd so many times. He sold his Berserkers and bought Mercury Treads because he could not move for so many times. I stun him. I peel for my team. He ease in. He gets rooted. I root him again. I stun him again. He can't move. I'm protecting my backline. So the Talon looks like, while this is everything's happening, I know I keep rewinding. The Jax is keeping the Xerath mid, making so he can't end the game. The Talon looks like he's behind this Wukong. He's 1 HP, so it looks like he chunked him out. So this is a team game. Everything's doing a part. Everyone's doing a part right now. Jax is making sure we don't lose the game. Talon is on a flank, and he already chunked the Wukong. So right now they're down 2 members. So I'm at this point like, if I just go in, we're probably gonna win this game. So I have flash up. So I just E flash. You can E flash on Leona. You can E and then flash. You can buffer it, but it makes it a lot harder for them to react. So I kind of just threw it up. I was just aiming for the Wukong because I just want to get the Elder, but I end up hitting the Xerath, and he does have Zanyas, I believe. I'm not sure if he used it or not, but he didn't use it either way. I E flash on him, and I Q ult. I dump everything on him, so he can't do anything, and then he just ends up dying. My Talon's able to get this Ziggs low again, and the Wukong's already 1 HP from the fight, or from Talon chunking him. And I know at this point that we can just end the game. There's no point in doing Baron because they have 40, 50-second death timers. Short Pike's respawning in 20 seconds, but it doesn't matter. And Ziggs is 1 HP. So push the wave in. Our wave is a little far. So, and we don't have a lot of minions, I think. I look right here. We don't have a lot of minions. And I know that we're kind of on a timer here. And this was my Masters rank up game, of course, but it doesn't matter in a way because in any game, I just want to win no matter what. So I'd start tanking this turret because I'm pretty sure we don't have a lot of minions. So I tank the turret to keep the minions alive, so make sure that the tower buff thing, we do more damage to the turrets. I'm just running in because I don't really care. It doesn't matter if I die right now. All I need to do is buy time for my team to end the game. So I get hooks, don't care. I'm stunning him, don't really care. My camera works a little messed up here, but I'm just throwing everything down. Alt, Q, E, doesn't matter if I die. I'm just buying space for my team. And they're able to end the game. So this game looks pretty lost, but we were able to make comebacks here. I know this video is really long, but let me just go and say a couple more things. Is just some tips I have for climbing on the support role. It's sure it can be very difficult to climb on support, but some things that helped me the most to get to Masters is mute chat. I wouldn't recommend muting all. I think that in pings would be a little OD, doing too much. But muting chat and just not getting rage baited by your team and not getting tilted by your team is a good idea. If someone spam pings you, obviously you can mute their pings. But yeah, I think muting chat is a good idea. Pinging your team, you can see I pinged my team a bunch of times, and I'm kind of mentioned the times when I pinged my team and when it's and just kind of get your team on the same page on what you want to do. There's no voice chat, all you have are pings, so that's the next best thing you can do. Especially if you are kind of more macro oriented like me and you know what fight is a good fight and what fight is a bad fight, you should ping them off. Like I said earlier, my friend was trying to ask for some advice on how to win more games. I said, ping your team. If you know a team fight is bad, then you should just ping them. If they have more numbers, if you're really low and they want to go in, you should just ping your team back. And most likely they'll listen to you. I have a lot of success pinging my teammates, and they most likely listen to you. They just kind of, especially in solo queue, they'll just kind of take every fight without thinking, just to out hands them, out mechanic them. But if you know it's a bad fight, you should just ping them back, and they'll most likely listen to you because they just kind of don't have any direction. There's no leader, I guess, in a way, calling shots, calling what's the right thing to do. So I think if you give them some kind of direction, they'll start listening to you. And then another thing that I do in this video or in this game, and tip that I do in multiple other games, is playing with your win condition, I guess, in a way, which was the Talon. I like I said, the Kaylin I didn't think was very good. If I could stay in the lane, we probably weren't going to win the game. So if your AD is running it down and your top laner is super strong, just go sit in the bush with the top lane, or just go always just make sure your top laner is safe, and if they do try and gank him, you're there to help him, CC them, do anything. Just play for someone else that you know can carry, and you're probably going to have to ban your AD. They're probably going to be pissed like this Kaylin, but just mute the chat and know that you're trying your best to win the game, and that's the best chance to win, and that's the right play, is to just play with the strong side. You don't want to try and keep if my Caitlyn's behind, you don't want to play for the behind person. You want to play for the person that's ahead. That's kind of like a general rule of thumb, and especially in high elo, you want to play for the person that is ahead. Play for the strong laners. Don't FF, I'd say. I mean, that's very general. A lot of people say that. It's solo queue. They might make mistakes. This game as well. We were very I thought it was over at some point. I thought even I threw up an FF vote, but we didn't FF. We just kept making plays, and we can eventually get back into the game. So, yeah. And one more thing I'll say is I actually really have ranked anxiety, especially I haven't played ranked at all, and I've been playing since around 2016, and this is my first time playing ranked on support and climbing. So. And what really helped me with that is just having 2 accounts. Just have maybe like a main account and then have another account where you can just kind of chill and play ranked still, but not care too much because it's your second account. Because it's your second account. Um, or I just have two accounts. I think is very important, so you don't get too stressed out and too nervous. And especially what helps me when I play is I turn on music when I play. You can't hear it when I'm recording this because I have it like edited out, but I turn on music and I play, and it helps me calm down my nerves a lot. And one more thing is just don't stress too hard. If a play goes bad, then just keep playing. Like it's solo queue, someone's gonna mess up. Just keep playing. Don't stress too hard, and just go with the flow. If your team's making a play, follow up. If you think it's a bad thing, then don't follow up. Just keep playing. Don't mentally break, and just keep playing. I know this video is almost an hour and a half long, but I'm gonna try and keep it shorter next time. But I went through a lot in this game, so hopefully maybe you can learn something. And I really wanted to just show my thought process and talk about other fundamentals as a support player and as a I hit, let me see if it's in this video. I hit masters, I think at the end right here. I got double OP in my last game, which is hilarious. But yeah, I got promoted to masters. So just keep playing. Hopefully you learn something. If you want me to keep doing videos like this, I'll try and keep it shorter because this is really long. But just let me know in the comments. I have way more games recorded. I haven't uploaded for a while, I know. I've been putting this off, and have a lot more games recorded that I can talk over. I've been playing a lot of Bard recently, so maybe if you want to see that, then let me know in the comments. I know this is super long, and I'm going to end it.